Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
We've got a weird job. Let's go straight into it.
I got a new song. I'm not even going to do. I got sick of the AI, but they've been pumping. I mean, here's the thing about AI is just when you get sick of it, it uses itself to make itself better.
Oh, yeah. That's what
So right when I was sick of it, I was like, oh, I hate you, AI. AI's like, no. You haven't seen the new me. The new me is great.
Yeah.
So I made a bacon song, a funky 70s bacon song.
As soon as we become friends with it, it's like, not anymore. We're going to kill you.
Yeah.
It's like we've decided that there's no need for humans.
Until it kills us, though, enjoy this 70s Earth, Wind, and Fire inspired bacon song.
Nice.
Here we go.
Well, let me tell you about my weird job. It's funky. Just like corn on the cob. I'm the bacon maker, the sizzling sensation. Flipping the pork, bringing home the bacon. Oh yeah! Cooking up strips of delicious delight. Crispy and greasy, we're doing it right in the kitchen. Making magic on the stove. Hot and sizzling, funkier than you've ever known. When I step up in the kitchen, baby, you know I'm grooving to the rhythm, let me flow. With a spatula in my hand and an apron tight. I'm the king of the skillet, working day and night.
It's pretty good, right? I mean, like, it goes on for about 9 more minutes, so it's gotten way better. Now it's like doing these epic.
Keep it going. I love it.
It's pretty good, right?
That was awesome. I see a music video in my future.
Yeah, it's really good. Don't do that. All nerdy white guys are doing that, including our attorney. They're taking AI songs and they're dancing to them, and like white people love AI. They're dancing. AI is
Attention, all artists. Music is dead.
Yeah, it is.
It is. That took 12 seconds to do.
Every white guy that owns a furniture store is making a furniture song, and he's dancing in front of it. We're selling chairs and futons.
If you used to sell jingles to corporations,
you're done.
I mean, you are finished fast. Like it's happening tomorrow.
I want a little more.
It's
more.
already
Just
happened.
For the bacon cake, for him. I'm doing this for Eric. A little more for Eric. Here we go. It even gives you like a little instrumental if you want to like, Junior Mafia. Big Papa eating bacon every day. Oh yeah, I think it's just gonna ride us out.
Uncle Jesse from Full House. They
were jingle writers.
His job was jingle writer. That job was done.
Yeah. So it's the guy from 2.5 Men, right?
Was it?
Yeah, I think he's a jingle writer.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
I think most single guys that needed a beard to show people that they were not involved in pedophilia were jingle writers, right? All of them. Every single one of them.
So our guest for a weird job today is Eric Godfrey, a.k.a. the Bacon King.
The Bacon King. I'm going to give you a blast.
Well, thank you very much. I make sausage too, but I'm not going to call myself the Sausage King.
Should have grabbed it when you said that.
Yeah.
You didn't grab it when you said that.
Yeah.
If you ever want a castle, unfortunately that's taken over. You can have the sausage house.
Yeah, there you go.
So Eric, how did you become the Bacon King?
Well, long story short, I had a very good friend of mine, next door neighbor, who loved to make pork belly burnt ends, which is made from the pork belly, which is what bacon makes from.
Sure.
Okay.
And you're kind of limited as to what you can do with based on the type of sauce. There's really only 3 or 4 different basic kinds of sauce to use for it. So I had a little slab of pork belly at home, and I started realizing, wonder if I can make this into bacon. So I did a little research, found a recipe, did it, and it turned out so good, I created a business from it.
All right.
Isn't that like what, it sounds very similar to most of the time when I have a friend that goes and has a treat they like, and they're like, you know what, I'm going to take the time to do it and make my own treat. And then I have endless amounts of friends that, just like you.
Yeah. Jesse Wolf did that.
Jesse
with
Wolf,
hummus.
where he's like, I made this hummus. It's my treat.
Yeah,
and he's like, God damn, this hummus is amazingly good.
By the way, turn that into millions of dollars. Millions.
I just saw him this morning.
I
just saw him this morning when I was over
That's
in
awesome.
Dublin.
Yeah, and that would be a wonderful thing to do, is just be able to make this into something really huge. But right now, we're just having fun with it.
Okay.
So
that was us on the podcast. Now we sucked all the fun out of it.
That's what I thought you were supposed to do.
We suck.
You take what you love. of.
and you stop it flat. Stop all the money out of it.
Yeah. Then you wring every cent out of it, and while you're wringing, that wringing is stress.
And Eric,
and
right now we're on the nostalgia downhill. Like we're on the
Oh yeah. We're at the bottom.
Yeah, we are.
Started at the bottom. Now we're back here.
We're skiing across the water. Spring break. I see the videos. And then after that, the snow is gone.
Okay, so
no more skiing.
So you start doing this, and you're like, well, I can make this bigger. I can
make this bigger, and I started making bacon for my friends. I thoroughly enjoyed making it, slicing it, taking it to work, giving it to my friends, getting their response the next day.
Yeah.
Everyone seemed to love it. So I started creating different recipes. And my whole idea was to be able to have a business where if you like a specific spice, if you like a specific flavor, if you're from Louisiana and you like Cajun food, I can make Cajun bacon. Or if you like any type of specific spice, I can do it. That's how the idea got started. And then about the time I was making the website, my wife goes, hey, I'm going out with some friends tonight. We're going to go drink wine and paint. You know, one of those paint deals where you go and you pay the money and you paint, and they have
and you grabbed her arm very angrily. You ain't going nowhere.
Because you're going to help me come up. If you can drink
that.
wine and paint, why can't we drink beer and make bacon? And that's what came up with the idea for the Bacon King experience, where we actually have people come in, and I give them a 5-pound slab of pork belly, and I teach them how to make bacon. And they get to take it home with them.
All right, so let's talk about
better
this.
than painting some stupid ostrich. I got an ostrich hanging in my house.
You have one bacon with bacon. You can't
have
screw it
one
up. You cannot screw it up.
I didn't hang it. I was like, this is not that good.
Yeah, we have a dumb, multicolored ostriches. Everybody paints.
You can't just
it's
go
red, yellow, green, blue ostriches, and the one of the ostriches is holding a heart. It's a stupid. Everybody has it.
If you go to a bachelorette party with your girlfriends and drink wine and paint an ostrich, I am not hanging that up in my house.
No.
Straight to the garage.
No, you were drunk.
To hang art, like that artist needs to be worked for years. You
Plus,
can't just
I'm not gonna
go
hang
one.
a stupid ostrich painting when AI could make an amazing painting.
So let's talk about like the actual recipe. So
Sure.
Now, does the quality of the bacon? I'm sure it changes per the quality of the animal, right? So like, you know, so
if you're making slam hog bacon, it's the lowest quality bacon.
So like, you have a farm-raised pig that's, you know, eaten clean its entire life and not lived in a factory.
You can check it. It's like this like every morning this pig drinks a J-Rob protein shake.
So I know that meat will taste better, but there's more to that because then you're adding spice, and so what goes into it?
Correct. So the main portion of it is what we call the cure, which is a combination of salt and a curing salt, which is a sodium nitrite. That's
I thought you meant the 80s alternative rock band.
I blast that in the pig's ears.
Every time I see you going,
until it gets so stressed out it dies, and then the bacon tastes great.
Actually, I think I was singing. I don't think I was singing The Cure.
Yeah, I don't think it was either.
Yeah, I was thinking
that guy did not age well either.
Yeah, Robert Smith.
Yeah,
so how
Robert
you
Smith.
cure the actual bacon makes a difference in the ending.
Sure,
result
and it also
there.
has to do with the amount of the cure that you're putting in, because you know the stuff you get at the store, it's just pumped full of chemicals.
Okay.
It literally goes from a pork belly into a bacon in as little as 30 minutes, and if that's the case, there's a lot of chemical processes going on. Well, what we do is we measure out the cure based on the weight of the pork belly, and then we go through a 10-day cure process. It's a much longer process. It's a slower process, and actually we use the least amount of cure allowable by the FDA, and it gives us the cure without putting too much chemical into it. So if there is a healthier bacon, this is it.
All right.
Interesting.
Now, by the way, I'm a little bit different than other people. I love chemicals.
I was going to say, when you said pump full of chemicals, I was like, I am pump full of chemicals.
Yeah, give me all
Currently.
the chemicals you want in a better life. As you modern day technology is chemicals to me. In my
AI is just digital chemicals.
Right.
No, I'm joking.
I love it.
So, like the longer curing process, the more healthy curing process makes a difference with the quality and taste of the bacon.
I believe so. And you know, if I went through and I tried to find like the perfect time to let it cure, I've done 6 days, 7 days, I've done 14 days. I just think 10 days is just the perfect number.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And it worked out well.
And then so
it's like smoking meats, right? Like some people they put this amount of smoke on it, or they let it they might let it in its in whatever they're marinating in, like they leave it in for this amount, it's all different little.
Correct. I tell people in the classes, you know, I tell them to smoke it at 225, but if you like it smokier, smoke it at 200. If you like it less smoky, smoke it at 250. So it spends less time or more time in the smoke, depending on what you like.
Okay, so, and that led me to my next question, which is the cooking process. And so your bacon is smoked.
Correct.
Okay, and is that the preferred method in your opinion?
In the
for
higher
cooking
end bacon, yeah. If you're going to have a smoked meat product, the way to do it is the actual smoke it. Now, some of the lower end bacon you get at the store, they say it's smoked, but it's usually liquid smoke.
Yeah,
it's just sprayed on.
Okay.
And really, when you think about it, look at the bacon you get at the store. The only difference is the type of smoke it's smoked in. It's hickory, it's pecan, it's apple. But that's the only difference because the rest of it's just salt, which our bacon's a lot different because we actually use spices in the curing process.
It is like bacon has been packaged the same way for so long.
Sure.
It makes me curious to why. Because like other
you got
foods,
another way to package it?
Well, other foods, the packaging has changed over time, and bacon has been the same since the 80s.
And it's hard.
It's earlier than that.
It's a difficult
right.
for me. And you're right. You bring up something near and dear to me.
So it's weird. I'm like, wait a minute. Why
cook
isn't this
a ton
changed?
of bacon because
Yeah.
it's Maisie's food, and I hate cooking it because of the packaging. I hate the packaging of bacon.
So why has it remained the same for so long? You would think like, okay, things evolved. Like,
How do you want it? You want it in a roll?
No, I don't know.
A roll would be nice. Like a dispenser would be nice.
Other foods have changed.
The only real difference is now that sometimes they have prepackaged cooked bacon, so you just have to heat it up. And that's the only thing that has changed over the last 40 or 50 years.
That's like what you get at Subway. You know, when you get
Yeah,
the bacon
right.
on
Yeah.
that sad-ass
Right.
sandwich and they pull that pre-cooked bacon out. Oh,
So
God,
let's talk about how long. Like once bacon is cooked, how long is it good? Because it seems
I have bacon
like,
in my pocket right now from 3 years ago.
like, it seems
It's
like it'll
fine.
last a long time, and nothing really is going to happen to it. I guess some of the fat may create collect some bacteria, but you can eat that, right?
Get some lint on it.
Well, because it's cured, a lot of the moisture's been removed, which removes a lot of the bacteria and things like that. That's why when I ship bacon all over the country, I'm able to ship it without it being refrigerated because it is cured.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how good does it last? Like if you have this piece of bacon, can I leave it out for a week and
Let's
then
try
still
it.
good?
Let's try
After it's cooked, you can leave it out for a while. I wouldn't leave it out for that long. Before it's cooked, I would say 5 days. Is safe. You know, from what I found out in my
leave our
refrigerator.
bacon out for 5 days.
and in my refrigerator, I've had bacon that I've packaged, and it's been in my refrigerator for 6 months, and I pull it out, and it's still just as good as the day I brought it. Yeah.
It seems like it doesn't. It wouldn't go bad. Like a
magical.
cooked piece of bacon is fine for
Like
a
you
long
fry
time.
bacon in the morning, you come back later at dinner, there's still some bacon laying on the napkin, right?
Sure.
You're like, all right,
So
give it to me.
technically, can bacon only be made from pork?
No.
Okay.
Matter of fact, one of the samples I have from you is bacon that comes from a cow.
Cow
Okay.
bacon.
Yeah, it's a cut called beef navel. It's the same cut they use to make pastrami. And we just do a full bacon cure on that. And so about 40% of the world's population will not eat pork bacon. Maybe they're allergic to it or maybe for religious reasons.
Sure.
So I want to make sure we got everybody covered. So we came up with a recipe for the beef bacon.
I've seen that like at barbecue competitions.
Yeah.
You know, you'll see like some guys will do like, it's like a special thing. They'll be like, this is beef bacon.
Something
Oh.
different, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think that's weird. Like, I will not eat a hooved animal. You know, You think you're better than me?
Yeah, I'll eat everything. I eat it all. I eat all of it. Or if it's unclean, I'm like, yeah, they're animals. They're all unclean, right? Have you seen a chicken's BH? Horrible.
I'm like, it's weirder if they have other types of feet. Like a hoof.
I mean, I prefer
less
if you
like, our feet.
cut their feet off before I see them. I don't want to see their horribly deformed feet.
So you brought us some samples. To
I got you
try.
guys
All right,
samples.
so which is this first one?
All right, so the one that I have marked number 1, that is just our traditional
Sound like
bacon.
a regular old lady at a
That
farmer's
is,
market. What is this first
one?
one?
That's our traditional bacon. That's going to be the
right,
closest
let's
thing
go
to what you would get at the store. It's
Oh
got
my
some,
God!
Wow!
Holy S!
that's some good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and it only gets better.
It tastes like country ham to me.
A little bit, yeah. Absolutely, it does.
Oh my God, dude!
But it's got the cure, but it's also got some little paprika. It's got a little onion powder, garlic powder, some black pepper, red pepper flake.
So
I'm just gonna eat the whole thing.
I mean, dude, that is good.
Holy crap.
So let's talk a little bit about like the marketing of bacon because I feel like it's gotten a bad rap.
Yeah.
In the past, you know,
That
I
goes
think
back to the packaging. I see what you did there.
more like 20 years ago, like you know, the whole thing of like, oh, you eat bacon every morning, you're gonna
that's not
die.
bacon, man. That's like Damn, I wish that was a BLT. That needs some.
Wait to do the next
Because that's
one.
that thick boy bacon. That's meaty.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the, I guess, the marketing of bacon and why it was considered bad for you, or like why everybody's like, oh, this guy eats a bunch of bacon every morning.
And it does. I mean,
well, sodium is not bad for you unless you have high blood pressure. It's like that's a myth too. Like you can eat as much sodium as you want if you don't have a blood pressure problem.
It's the sodium nitrite. That is what's bad for you. When we use the pink curing salt, and the pink curing salt actually is about 96% just regular salt and about 4% sodium nitrite. So, I mean, sodium nitrite is so bad for you. If you have just straight sodium nitrite, about 4 grams, about half of an eighth of a teaspoon, or I guess it would be a 16th of a teaspoon, it could kill you just by itself.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the sodium nitrite is a very, very small amount that goes in, but that's part of the curing process that helps remove the bacteria and the botulism that is in all meats. So
I think I could take a teaspoon and be fine.
You wanna do the challenge?
I'll get a
What does
stinger.
it do?
you have a resistance.
Yeah.
Make
No,
your
I can be
eyes
like,
fizzy. It's like,
Yeah, I think I could work through it. I'll be like,
his tongue poofed up. Cut his tongue. Just release his.
But that's it's the nitrite that doctors say you have to avoid as much as possible, and because there's nitrite in bacon, because it's a cured meat product, that's where it gets the bad rap.
And
no pun intended.
Gotcha.
I imagine like the way like you pan fry it in its own grease, like that's obviously worse than if you're smoking it because right like
the smoking is part of the curing process.
Yeah,
Once it gets smoked, then you slice it and then you fry it.
Oh, okay. So and then but
you're gonna fry it, which is gonna render out some fat, and then it's gonna cook in its own fat, which is what makes it crispy and yummy.
And just like anything in moderation, but even back to like
like I said, this reminds me more of like a piece of ham. In fact, I bet this would like register like dietarily closer to like a nice marbled piece of good quality ham would rather than a cheaper piece of bacon that's really just tons of sodium and fake smoke flavor.
But also, I think bread, if you talk to a nutritionist, bread is worse than this for you. Like bread
more
and sugar.
Well, the one you just ate is actually keto friendly.
Okay.
There's no sugar, at all.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
The next one is definitely not keto friendly.
Okay.
This has real maple syrup, real brown sugar.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and it's gonna have a nice little sweet flavor to it.
Oh my God.
Why are the bacon so good? It's the greatest thing.
I
know people don't like to.
You
hear
won't find this bacon in any store anywhere in the state.
And you
of
cook it exactly the same way.
Exactly. Today because I did a lot of it, I just did in the oven. But yeah.
Oh, nice. I do mine in the oven. It's just quick. It's easy.
It is.
And the third one, you said this is beef bacon.
That is beef bacon. It's going to start off a little salty, then you're going to have a little pepper flavor, and then it's going to finish with a nice cinnamon taste.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think that you can make beef taste that way, and and for somebody who doesn't eat regular bacon, that's going to be the closest thing that we have to it.
That's really good. Now, besides from beef, can you make like anything any protein into bacon? Like, you do a chicken?
I don't do
bacon?
fowl.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do it. But I mean, it's out there, and people eat it. But I've had it before, and it's just not for me.
Because bacon is technically the process in which it's cured and cooked, and that's what makes something
because
a bacon.
It's that fatty area of the
animal.
Yeah,
whatever,
I just don't even like turkey bacon. You just don't. To me, there's not enough fat content to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
What's the hardest part of making bacon? Have you ever had any you tried to make, couldn't get it to work? Or
I've tried different things. I did a margarita bacon. It's already got salt, so I added a little tequila and I added a little lime juice, and it just didn't turn out well at all.
Yeah, sometimes you're going to have some ideas.
I figured my wife would really like it, and she had that look on her face like, what did you just give me?
Yeah,
so,
this is terrible.
Where
it was
did
bad.
the term making bacon...
it's two pigs pumping.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hat I used to have when my granddad gave it to me. I told you never to bring it up.
No, I never.
Yeah,
but why was that an analogy for, sex?
Pigs making other pigs. It's two pigs making bacon.
They're
making a little pig. My God,
okay.
you're dumb.
Yeah. Okay,
this is the portion of the show where I explain like 50-year-old hacky truck stop jokes to one of my very good friends. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have two pigs banging and then making another pig. You're making more bacon.
Join us next week when I tell you the origin of the elefino, which is a half rhino, half elephant.
So, what is the standard cost of your bacon compared to
I think I can answer this one. I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but that first piece tastes expensive. Like that first piece tastes like you source the meat correctly. 10 days. I mean, you're out time. You're out 10 days.
Well, what I do is I sell it in 5-pound chunks. So it comes to you unsliced because I don't know how thin or thick you like to slice your bacon. So I give you that opportunity to do it yourself. It comes out to about $12 to $15 a pound.
All right.
Okay.
You know, in a good high-end bacon at the grocery store, it's going to be $12, $15
Yeah,
a pound.
you're comparable to, I hate to say it, but to like a Right Brand.
I am for now. That's part of the whole business plan.
Yeah.
You know, let's get them hooked, and then once they're hooked, then let's start raising prices.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I think people nowadays too are more and more cognizant of what they're putting in their body, the type of food they're eating, and
also
then
supporting somebody who's doing like you
local,
can see the person.
Yeah.
Meet the person.
Yeah.
And then also, you bring up a good point. You start comparatively, you're like, well, it's only, a few dollars more than this Winn-Dixie bacon that I've been buying for years. And like you said, coming from a factory, it's factory produced, a bunch of chemicals.
Well, most of it comes from Smithfield. Most of that comes from the same people, right?
Well, yeah. All the bacon comes. There's only a couple of bacon manufacturers.
It's all one.
Yeah.
It's all one.
But
it's like
matter of fact, my raw
China, right? Like,
my raw product comes from Smith.
China.
It's all like this is the story that people will tell you about. They put the pigs in the boats, they take them out in the water, turn around, come back. They're like, oh yeah, international waters. It's American pigs. It's like, no, they're all Chinese pigs. They're slaughtering them crazy.
If I were them, I wouldn't even do the boat thing. I would just tell
put a sailor hat on them.
I'll be like, we'll just lie.
Just paint a red, white, and blue flag on their butt. That's an American pig.
Like no one's checking in on this. So, where can people find your bacon?
Well, I sell my bacon actually at a restaurant in St. Cloud called Jimmy Bear's. It's a barbecue restaurant in St. Cloud, Jimmy Bear's.
That's a good spot.
It is, and so we sell it there. I also sell it at some markets, in downtown St. Cloud monthly markets. I sell it on our website, baconkingusa.com. But I also will teach you how to make it. So I have a Bacon King experience. I do it once a month. The next one is May 18th in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
You want to learn how to do the process and learn how to make your own bacon. The number one email I get from people who have taken the class is, I'm never buying store-bought bacon again. And that's my whole goal, is for you to learn how to do it and go out and make your own bacon. And then you can experiment with your own spices and figure out the exact bacon that you like.
Awesome.
Anybody made a spicy? I'm surprised there's no spicy bacon.
Oh yeah, and I have ingredients there. I got some Cajun spices and some extra peppers,
like
and things
some
like
hot
that.
bacon, right?
Chili powder.
I've
things
never
like
had.
that.
I've had sweet bacon. I've had all these maple bacon. I've never had one that man, that's not spicy.
Like
bacon.
a jalapeno bacon.
Right. All of that's a possibility.
Well, awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Hey, guys, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it.
All right, we're going to take a break. I'm going to eat all this bacon. I'm going
to eat all of it very quickly, and then I'm going to lay on the couch until our next guest comes by.
All right, we'll be right back.